Oh, well, that was interesting. We're live.
We're live.
That was just a little bit closer, and you would have heard some weird noises.
I mean, hey, you got to make sure you don't get the tongue tightness, so sometimes you got to, like, how people do the voice warms ups, that kind of stuff.
They do. We don't. We just wing it every time.
We do. And we do great, I would say.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad editing this year. I've just been kind of like, we're leaving it in. It's a lot easier when they see us. They know what we're up to.
Right. With our weird, moments and stuff and my tangents that I like to go on every once in a while. So, hey, it's all good. I love it.
Yes, it's good. And we are here for our sixth episode. I feel like we just had episode one, like episode two. I feel like we just launched season two. And we're six
I
episodes
feel
in.
like we just launched season 1.
That also is true because I was going through this episode is obviously a review of our anticipated 2025 releases and
Yes.
checking in to see how we did. And I was going through that and I was like, wait a minute, half of this year was still season one. So that kind of
It's
threw me
pretty
off.
exciting. It is really exciting. Like, I didn't think that we would actually have, like, seasons, I
Yeah.
am loving this. It's great.
And we're not even halfway there yet. We're going to have a ton of episodes this year.
A whole lot more. I'm looking forward to 'em.
Me too. So, like
Mhm.
I said, we are going to look back at what we were looking ahead to for 2025. See what was on our hot list, the things that we carried over from 2024 that we're like, we're gonna read these books this year,
Mhm.
uh, and some other books that were just like sitting on our shelves for so long, and we're like, we're gonna read them this year. So that's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
I think so. I mean, it's hard to believe that this is literally November. Like, we are middle of November. This is
Yeah,
not
this
like
comes out on the
Yeah.
14th, just a
Yeah.
couple days. We're filming this on Tuesday, so a couple days and it'll be out, and that's mid-November, and then we've got
That
3
is
episodes left
madness.
for
That
this
is
year.
madness for 2025. That is just so wild.
It's insane.
But I'm really happy that we're doing a look back. Like, how did we do this year? And, you know, I think I had a pretty good year.
Oh, I think you had a great year. Let's talk
Yeah.
about how great that year was. How many books was your goal, and where you at?
My goal was 60. And I am
Good number.
currently, as of today, on 11/11, I am at 54 books.
That's awesome. Because just think
Mhm.
about that. That's more than 1 book a week, because we're not even
Yeah.
done with the year yet, and there's 52
Mm-mm.
weeks in a year. So you've done fantastic.
I'm actually really surprised because last year I had to like literally stay up all night the night before to make sure that I hit 50. And here I am, like soaring, just going.
Because we've been doing the things that we want to do. We've been reading the books that we want to read. You didn't have
Yes.
much of a slump this year. Last year's slump was terrible.
Hmm. That was fun. I just read so many good books last year. I don't know. I read some good ones this year, but they still don't top last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because remember I read The Women. That was a huge read for me. Um, what else did I read? I don't know. The Women's definitely one that stands out. I read The Reformatory. So, 2024 had some really good reads for me.
It's
Those are the
interesting.
2 that
I
I really
definitely
remember.
think I've had the best reading year. Not the number, because I'm definitely way down. I don't think I'm going to hit 150, which is what I was kind of hoping for, but my goal was 100.
How do you
So,
hit 150 books in a year?
well, either last year or the year before it was 180 something, and I was just flying through them. Now, granted, some of those were graphic novels. I was reading a lot of graphic novels,
Do you
but still
remember those
over 150.
stories? Do you
If
remember
I go
those?
look back at the list, maybe I don't even remember some, but I was going through this and going all the way back on my Goodreads. I'm like, I read that this year. Oh, I read that
Uh-huh.
this year. It was a
Yeah.
long time. Like, for instance, it's not on this list, but Murderbot. I discovered Murderbot
Mhm.
this year, and I am now I'm on book 6 and I devoured
Mhm.
all those at the beginning of the year. And so it's like, wait a minute, that was all this year. Or
Mhm.
Mistborn, I read in the previous year, but then I finished the whole series this year and then started
Mhm.
Stormlight and I'm almost done with that. So it's been
Oh,
a
you
long
did
year.
do pretty good. You have done pretty good. And
Yeah.
the fact that you've read some chunkers. So, you've read
Yeah.
some big thick ones, which makes up for,
Fantasy
by
heavy
having.
books to be at 120 as of today, because I finished 5 books last week. I was on vacation, y'all. So don't think too much of it. I finished 5 books, 2 on
Mhm.
airplanes, and then
Mhm.
I actually finished one when I got home. So, but yeah,
Rub it
5
in.
books last week.
Rub it in, why don't you?
So when you were
Yep.
reading, you were talking about your October numbers. I'm like, I did that last week.
Yeah, but I am still proud of my 9 books for the month of October.
I'm proud of it too.
Yes, because I don't normally hit 9 books.
No, I think at the beginning of the year we were on fire. January and February, I think we were just like, I think
Mhm.
January or February, one of them was the highest month you've ever had. I had 17 one month,
Mhm.
which is
I
just,
remember, because I remember that recap, and I was like, "Caleb, are you done yet?"
I know. That's why we
And
don't
you're
do a
like,
lot of
"Almost
recaps
there."
anymore, y'all. Because it was one sided for the most part, because I just vomit all these books that I'm reading, and you read at a normal pace because you're not a maniac. So it just felt weird. So I like our episodes the way they are now.
Mhm. I think these are fun, but I think we might have to do, like, a recap where maybe we talk about the most memorable reads or something that we've read from this year. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, we did read some really good books this year. A lot of those books being the books that Caleb read that I told him to read were really good books. So
That's because I love books and I'll read anything for the most part and
mhm.
find joy in it. You're so dang picky. Can't have
Mhm.
no sci-fi. You can't have no, what did we just talk about? Sci-fi. What was the other one?
Mystery.
Mystery.
I don't think I like sci-fi and mystery. I'm still trying to find my home in sci-fi because I'll watch a sci-fi show,
Yeah.
but to read it, I'm just like, I think it's because I want the book to just be outright weird. When I think of sci-fi, I think weird stuff. And when I'm reading it, it's not weird. And I'm like, this is
Y'all, no.
blah.
Don't listen to her. When I give her weird, she's just like, oh, do we not remember Ninth House?
Ninth House was not sci-fi. That was horror.
It was not horror. That is fantasy. Dark academia fantasy.
That was
You're
horror.
just picky.
It was gory and nasty.
That's the weird sci-fi. That's what you get.
Oh, I love it. Well, Caleb,
Oh,
how
jeez.
many you said how many did you get this year?
120. So
Okay, so you did hit
pretty good.
120. But
Yep,
you still surpassed your goal. I mean, you're gonna hit
I did.
probably 100 and,
I'm gonna be close to 150. December, I
I was
might
gonna
just
say
be
150.
just eating these little books, trying to get to 150 because I'd really
Mhm.
love to be at 150.
Mhm. I mean, that's a number for you. It's not a number for me, but it's a number for you.
You never know. One day when Hammy's all grown up and you just sitting at home and you just relaxing and having a good old time, you're gonna be going through hundreds of books too.
Nah, I think 60 is my sweet spot because it allows me to still have a type of balance, where I have work stuff and I'm discovering that I enjoy playing a Switch. I didn't think that I would like playing video games, and here I am where I'm like, okay, do I read a book or do I play my Switch?
Yeah,
So
I've
that's
had
that's
to
new for me.
sacrifice. I haven't played a video game in a long time. I
Mhm.
don't watch shows, current
Yeah.
shows. I'm always getting caught up and then I just binge for a while. So I really reading is my main hobby. I really don't do much else because I'm always working, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
always in the car.
But see, I'm finding that I am really enjoying like watching a TV show every now and then, or like I said, playing my game. I'm actually enjoying reading with my eyeballs. That's new this year. I used to
Ew.
only wa Right, exactly. I used to only listen to audiobooks, and now it's like, okay, I got this Kindle, so I'm reading my Kindle, but it's like I'm actually enjoying not listening to an audiobook. That is bizarre.
Guys, I had nothing but 8+ hours every day at that hotel to read. If I started to read with my eyes, I couldn't do it. I just don't have the
Mhm.
brain to be able to
Mhm.
do that. But if I had my headphones on and was
Mhm.
listening while reading, I was fine. But I get
Mhm.
distracted so easy. Like my ADHD is just ridiculous, undiagnosed and under control or uncontrolled.
Oh my goodness.
But still,
That's probably everybody at this point now with everything going on. So, I mean, we all have a little something. It's all right.
a little
It's all
bit.
good. It's all good.
So let's talk about 2025, the books that we were looking forward to the most. These were our like, I can't wait for these books to get released, or we're going to get to them this year, even if they weren't released in 2025. They were on our list, and you're already laughing because you're looking at something on yours. I can't wait to hear it. So, what did you put down on our episode way back in January or late December last year?
Whenever we did this episode. My most anticipated books of 2025 was, is, are, whichever the correct term is. This is what happens when we record in the evening. Okay. So we have Rachel Gillick, The Night and the Moth. I'll do ratings after. Onyx Storm, Rebecca Yarros, the third book in the Iron Flame, Fourth Ring stuff, whatever that's called. The Filling Station, A Sea of Unspoken Things, and Oathbound. Those were my most anticipated books. Out of all of those,
Drum roll.
I read two. I read Rachel Gillick, The Night in the Moth. I gave that one 3 stars. And I also read The Filling Station. I gave that one 5 stars. The Filling Station was amazing. It's by Vanessa Miller. I'm not going to go into the synopsis and all those things, but that book was amazing. And I feel like everybody should read it. I will say that I started Onyx Storm 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it just wasn't really catching my vibe at the time. So I put it down. And I
Yeah,
probably won't pick it up until I know when the next book is coming out because why?
you're ridiculous.
Me and series, man. I'm telling you, I can't do series. I can't.
I got to give the book club credit for The Night and the Moth getting read
Mhm.
because we did have that as our book club pick. You didn't love it.
Mm-mm.
I loved it. I gave
I
it,
know you
I think,
did.
four or
That's
four and a
why I
half.
laughed. That's why I
I love
laughed.
that book. It was so good. I can't wait. The second book has been announced, and I don't remember the name. It's the something in the something, and I am looking forward to it so
There is
much.
another one coming out.
It is, yeah, yeah. I think it's a duology. She writes duologies, but I'm trying to find the name.
I'm pulling it up now to see because I didn't know there was another one coming out.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Then
late next year.
it says The Knob in the Moon.
I think that's it. The Stonewater Kingdom #2.
What is a knob?
Does it say knob? Knave. That's knave.
Knob.
I was like, what? I thought you were saying knob.
But what is a knave then? If it's knave, what is that?
Uh, it's a. Well, there's a couple things. I know that it's like a jack in cards. So I'm
Okay.
guessing that's she loves cards. She did do that in the Shepherd King, so maybe that. The other one is just like a dishonest person, dishonest man. So
Okay. That's a new one for me. I've never heard that word before.
so yeah, that comes
It
out
comes out in 2026.
September 2026. So
Okay.
sounds like a book club pick.
Uh,
Listen,
to be continued.
I'll get everybody to bully you into it.
What were your most anticipated reads for 2025?
I had 5 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Um,
Uh-huh.
Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix.
Uh-huh.
At Dark, I Become Loathsome by Eric LaRocca. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, which y'all already know where that's going. Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson, and The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig. And I read 4
Ooh.
out of the 5. I was really close.
You
Savage
did.
Blooms actually just came out last month, and I just haven't
Okay.
picked it up yet, but I will be getting to it. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls was Grady Hendrix was 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It definitely deals with some things that not everybody's going to love.
Mhm.
Pregnancy and body horror combined. Not for everybody for sure, but I really enjoyed it. Plus, Grady Hendrix is just like a goofy horror writer, so I really enjoyed that. At Dark, I Become Loathsome by Eric LaRocca will probably be one of my last books by Eric. I love how he writes. However, it's too much on the body horror. It was really making me uncomfortable, which is the point, but I just wasn't enjoying it, and like just did not enjoy that one at all. And I also don't love short story collections. This one wasn't one, which is why I was looking forward to it. But the way
Mhm.
that they're pieced together, it goes off the rails. Did not love that one.
Okay.
Bury Our Bones, guys. It was supposed to be my crown jewel, and it wasn't. 3 out of
It
5
was
stars.
mine. That's because it was mine.
Yeah. I know you had Bury Our Bones, and I had The Night and the Moth, so we're
Mhm.
equal.
Yes, we're equal. I gave that one a 6.
Crazy.
Mhm.
Staircase in the Woods was I rushed to read a different book, which will show up in a little bit. That came out long time ago that I've had on my list for forever. And I was like, I'm going to read that before I read this. I did, and I really enjoyed this one better than that one. I gave
Mhm.
it 4 out of 5 stars. It was just too long. It was
Mhm.
also on the sci-fi tinge a little bit. It was a good mix of horror and sci-fi, but it reminded me of a book called Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, and it was just too damn long. I loved it. I loved the imagery and all the way that the story twisted and turned and then kind of came back in on itself. But it was too long. You could have shaved like 50 to 100 pages off and I would have been okay.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like 500 and some pages. We did pretty good. You read 2, which is still pretty good. They were anticipated
Mhm.
and there's still time to get to some of them, and I read 4. So, pretty good.
Well, we've already decided that I'm not gonna pick up Onyx Storm before the end of the year because it just wasn't hitting. So, yeah,
It's okay. Oathbound?
absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. That
I
is yep.
can't commit to getting to what's the first book?
Legendborn.
Legendborn. I do want it. I do want to read it. I just don't know that I'm going to
It's
commit to
so
the end of the
good.
year. I could
Oh my
surprise
goodness.
everybody.
It is so good, and I honestly said that if I had time, I would read all the books all over again. My favorite was definitely Bloodmarked. That was my favorite one. I really enjoyed reading Bloodmarked. I can see myself when the next book gets released, I could see myself rereading the whole series because this is just one that I've enjoyed from the very beginning.
That's awesome. I do want to
Mhm.
read it. I am going to read it. I also have a quick tangent. Have a friend of a friend who is a local author here in the Cleveland area. And I can't believe I've never mentioned this book to you before, but he is a
Mhm.
local author and he wrote a fantasy novel. It's somewhat in the YA space, but it reminds me a lot of what I hear about Legendborn. It's
Okay.
called The Wayman Code, I believe.
The Wayman
Yes.
Code? Okay.
Yep. His name is R.J. Wilson, and the first book is called The Wayman's Code Awakening. And then book 2, which I also have on my shelf that I haven't read yet, and I cannot think of the name of the second one, but there is a second book in the series as well. And he's a really good author. He's a local author, so it's not,
Mhm.
it's a small indie publisher and everything, but I really, really, really enjoyed it. I read it as an arc for him, and then he gave me book 2, and it's a lot of fun.
That looks really cool.
He did such a
I
good
like that
job
cover.
on that cover. Yeah, absolutely. And it's very much there is kind of the hidden world and
Powers like Bleach, worlds like Supernatural, vibes like Legendborn. Yeah, I will definitely read this one.
yeah,
Thanks.
absolutely. And support RJ. He's a great guy. He when I was writing my book, which has not been finished, he was giving me a bunch of advice and we were having calls and talks and everything. So RJ is a great guy.
No, that's pretty cool. I just followed him on Goodreads as well too. I will definitely check that one out. Thanks.
Fantastic. Love to do it.
Caleb didn't recommend me a book that's full of horror. What? This is it's
Nope.
good.
There's definitely some, flying demon like monsters, but it's not horror for sure. And it's more like Legendborn.
Hmm. No, I can do those, but that other stuff, no. Portals and, you know, no.
I
Stock
mean,
symbols on organs and no.
we're not going back there. Ridiculous.
I had to. It was perfect. All right. So And next part we had on here, we had 2024 releases that you did not get to. So, Caleb, what did you not get to?
Well, I'm be honest. What I didn't get to didn't get got. I didn't touch a single one of these books, though I will say that I started all three of them. When the Moon
Mhm,
Hatched, I bought this at the end of 2024. I was so
mhm,
in love with the cover, still am. You
mhm.
read it.
Yes,
Emily read it. Everybody read it. They
I
loved it.
loved it. Mhm,
I did not realize it was a technically in the romanticy space. And
mhm,
so just that one word kind of turned me off from like jumping on it. So
mhm.
I need to get back into it. It's been enough time that that's kind of waned off and I do want to pick it up, but I did not get to it this year.
I feel like that one's a really good, like, winter read just because it is one of the thicker books. But when I tell you, like, when that world, you really, like, make sense of the new world that's in there, because it's not like anything I've ever read before. When you get into that world, it's immersive. The way that it's written, it feels like you're there. I loved it. I
So did
absolutely
Emily.
loved it. Like, it was great.
She recommends me a couple books and now listen, she was very fervently recommending me ACOTAR because she was in love with
Mhm,
ACOTAR when she read it. I did not
mhm,
enjoy ACOTAR for obvious reasons.
mhm.
So I was like, nah. So whenever she gives me a recommendation, I am kind of a asshole and I just don't get to the books. However,
You
told me,
gotta try them though.
I know, but I'm so incorrigible. Blood Over Brighthaven. I read it a couple months ago. She kept begging me to read it. She's like, Caleb, I'm not asking you to read it because I loved it. I'm asking you to read it because I think you're going to love it. And I'm an idiot. And I waited all that time. And that book was a 6-star read. It was so good.
So that's why you have to going back to listening to your wife.
I don't know about all that, but I
We're always
will
right. We're always
when it
right.
comes to books. How about that?
I love it.
The second book on my list was actually the third book in a series that I was really looking forward to by Shauna McGuire called Tidal
Mhm,
Creatures. And it finishes out one of my favorite YA series by her, which starts off with Middle Game and then it does Seasonal Fears, I think it is. I didn't love the
mhm,
second book. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go right into the third book and just finish out the series. I started it, wasn't working for me. So I
mhm.
stopped it. And then I just never picked it back up, but I want to finish it out. And then the last book has been on my list for like 2.5 years. Third book's out now, but it's the second book in the, I don't remember what the first book is called, but it's Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. And
Mhm,
I remember picking up the first book because it had this incredible deer on the cover. And I was just in love with the cover. So I was like, oh, I loved it. It was a little
mhm,
hard for me to get into. It was definitely a longer book, despite it being a short book. And so I got like 25% through the second book and just wasn't clicking. It wasn't
mhm.
working. And so that's pretty much the theme here. And I put it down. I did not get to any one of these books that I wanted to get to, but I do still want to read all three of them.
That's not terrible that you did not get to them because you still had quite a few other books that you were able to get to that were good. And I think that actually makes up for the ones that you didn't get to, right?
Yeah.
I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So I was looking at mine for my books. I didn't get to mine either. I think we have a pattern here. But my book that I put on here for 2024 release that I did not get to was Children of Anguish and Anarchy, which was the book, like book three of the, was it?
Blood and Bone.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to say
It's
was
the
Blood and Bone.
Chronicles of Orisha, I think is the name of the series, or something of Orisha.
Okay, I couldn't remember what the series was called, but I did not get to that book because partly I didn't get to the second book either, The Virtue and Vengeance. I did enjoy Children of Blood and Bone, but I feel like it's been so long since I read it that I now need to go back and reread it. So maybe next summer, I could see myself maybe reading these over next summer, but it did not make it. This next one, I don't even know why I put it on there because I wouldn't even really read this. So I don't know why it's on here. But the next book that I put on here was Heartless Hunter. I think it was one of those books that was getting a lot of hype at the time. And me looking at it now, I'm like, why I wouldn't want to read this. And I know like Rebel Witch just came out as well, since it's a duology, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't want
Emily
to read
read the
it.
first book, really enjoyed it. She picked up
Mm-hmm.
Rebel Witch, hasn't read it yet, but
Mm-hmm.
she really liked it. I think there's something there that could be up your alley, but I
Okay.
think you're burned out on romantasy right now. That and it's a YA, I
I
think.
am. I am. I think I read so many romances like this year that I just don't I don't want to read another romantic book right now. So that's maybe why I'm looking at it that way as far as for Heartless Hunter. And then I'm trying to figure out why this book is on here. So we all know that I really want to read Priory of the Orange Tree, but the book was released in like 2023 or 2018 or something like
Yeah, I think it
that.
was just books that were on your list from 2024 that you didn't get to. So I think that's why it ended up there.
That's probably what it is. Okay, because I was trying to figure out and I'm like, but that book is old. So okay, that makes sense. Well, Priory of the Orange Tree is on there and I still haven't read it yet, but I want to read something in that universe. So yeah, that's all I had for those. But I didn't read them either.
I read the first two books in the Orisha series. I do want to
Hmm.
finish out with Anguish and Anarchy. When I read the first book, I loved it. I just absolutely loved
Hmm.
it. The world, the magic is so good in that one, and I
Hmm.
loved the way it's African inspired. It's so incredible. I took too long to read book two, so then I was kind of
Uh,
confused most of the time. And then so
okay.
I was like, I'm not going to pick up book three because I'm still a little confused. So I feel like I need to
Hmm.
do like a recap of the at least the first book to kind of get me back in the understanding of things. Book two's still a little fresh in my mind, but book three needs to get read
Hmm.
and finished out because I've got here's a future episode idea because we got a bunch of series that we started that we haven't finished.
Yeah, we
We need
do.
to we need to commit to reading a couple of these a month.
No.
Come on. At least one a month.
No.
We got to finish some series. I hate having unfinished
I
business.
I don't know. It's just something about me and series. I can't read a book back to back. Like I tried to read Harry Potter this year and I read book one and I got through like part of book two and I'm like, I'm bored. I know you said to try, book three and keep going, but even trying to watch the movie, I was like, I don't think Harry Potter is for me.
Then that very well may not be.
Hmm.
It's I don't know. I think there's a lot Harry Potter is really coasting on nostalgia. It came out in
Hmm.
a time where the majority of millennials were so young and it was so magical and so new and we'd never read anything
Hmm.
like it because a lot of us weren't exposed to Narnia and other great worlds that just
Right.
blow Harry Potter out of the
Hmm.
water, but it was like our Narnia. It was like our book for our time and it's after that. And so now it's like
Hmm.
it's kind of hard to get into the hype that you're
Yeah.
in your 30s now. We don't really give a damn. It
Yeah.
may be
I'm
something that you
struggling.
revisit when Hammy's reading it and you two read it together, and that might make it something special to get through.
I'm gonna have to think about that because when I tell you, like me and series, one series, I will say the one series that I was able to commit to and almost finish this year, I will be finishing it, but the ACOTAR series. I'm actually on A Court of Silver Flames. Is that what it's called? A Court of
Hmm.
Silver Flames? I'm on that book now and I'm halfway through it. So I'm doing
Wow.
pretty decent. Yeah. So I mean
Wow.
like that's right, because I don't read series, but that was one series that I was actually able to keep up with this year.
And you read all but the first book this year, didn't you? You read the second book,
Mhm.
third. Yeah. And this, did you read the Frost and Starlight one?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep, I
wow.
read that
You
one over
really
the
did.
summer. Mhm. That's the
So,
only
yeah.
books that I've been able to read this summer. Like as far as
Interesting.
series wise, that's the only one.
Well, keep it up.
This is definitely going to be another episode because like you said, we do have a lot of series. So, I think that'll definitely be a good one to kind of sort through what series we have and all that. So, to be
Here's
continued.
an idea. Finish your series readathon.
For a whole month.
At that point, I would need a month because I'm not gonna be able to. I could knock out at least a couple series because I'm on book threes
Mhm.
of a lot of series.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that'd be fun. Maybe not a readathon, but something, something fun.
Maybe like a themed reading for a month, and maybe even like one of the book club picks be like Poppy War.
No, we're not starting new series. We're finishing new series.
I really want to read Poppy War.
Is this going to be an like an ongoing joke where every episode for the next 100
Yes.
episodes you just try and get me to
Yes.
read Poppy War?
Yes. Because I was supposed to read Poppy War this month, but I don't think I'll be able to get to it. So we'll see. All right. So let's go to the next one.
Our next section was books that we've had forever and are
Mhm.
determined to read this year. How did
Yes.
you do?
Dun dun dun. Actually, pretty doggone good. Surprisingly. So the funny part is that a couple of these books took me forever to read, probably most of the year to read. But I'll go to the ones that it didn't take me so long. So we have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. That book I did actually read this year and I gave it 5 stars. I did read Parable of the Sower this year. I gave that one 4 stars. We just discussed it, A Court of Wings and Ruin. I was able to give that one 4.5. Now, these next two, where do I even begin?
They have been friends of us since the beginning of last year.
Since the beginning of episode one. All right, so we have A Little Life, and we also have Mistborn. I feel like any of our true followers, that's why your face is the way it is now. But I feel like I really was reading those books for like the whole entire time that we have been doing this, right? A Little Life, I did finally finish this year after what, 6,
7
7 months?
months or something like that. Yeah.
Maybe even 8 months. But it was a really long time. I know I started it. I remember starting it February 22nd, so 222, because I do remember that. And I was like, okay, so I remembered that then, but I don't remember when I finished it. I feel like it was summertime, August
Yeah, it was
maybe.
August or 7. Yeah.
It was somewhere in there. But I ended up completing it and I gave it a 4. Did I cry? No. Is it
Crazy.
difficult? Yes. Very, very difficult. I would say this book was a child caught it multiplied by 10.
That's
Yeah,
intense.
I would say the whole series. It was very intense, but I am proud to
Wow.
say that I did complete that book. It was something that I was very interested in reading. I don't know why, but I did read it. Also, Mistborn.
Disrespectful. You
You
were supposed to
sure
read
it's
this in
not
March.
sci-fi?
You and Emily were
It
supposed to
is.
read this in March.
Well, I will say that at least I'm reading the book currently, right? It's just a really slow read.
You are not allowed to carry this over to next year. It must be finished.
Well, I will finish this book this year, absolutely. In my defense, I will say that the audiobook from the library, Hoopla to be exact, took forever. I will say that. So that took forever. And plus, the book is just a really long book. But I am proud to say that I am on part 3 of this book, which I believe is roughly like at 50%. I know audio wise that I had like 13 or 14 hours left. So I will knock this book down. It will be finished this year. And we will not go back into the space again. We're not. It's not happening. Yeah.
It's sad because I know you're going to finish it. You're going to give it your rating and you're
Hmm.
never going to finish the series, which I think is a 6-star series. The books only get better every single book. There are only 3
That's
and it's great.
and that's why I will actually read book 2. I will definitely read book 2 only because I like what I am reading. It's just taking a really long time to read it. I even had a friend reach out to me today and they're like, "Hey, did you finish The Final Empire yet?" And I'm like, "I'm on part 3. I'm making progress, because before I couldn't get past the what, first 3%, somewhere around there or something?"
It was yeah, which is saying a lot because the book is long, but
Yes.
The subsequent books are, I want to say, 1,000+ pagers. So
Mhm.
you're going from a 25-hour or 25-hour audiobook, I think,
Mhm.
to a 30-hour to a
Mhm.
35-hour.
I can do it.
I
I
know
can
you
do
can.
it. I just have to get over the hump of this book, and I think it's safe to say that I did get over the hump because remember when I first started reading it, I was like, "Caleb, what are you having me
Yeah.
read?" I didn't understand what was going on, but
That's
now I
Ashley's favorite
understand.
sentence.
What, I didn't know what was going on?
No, you go, Caleb, what are you having me read? You said that about 9,000 is
Yes.
born, something else.
I was like, "What is this?" I'm like,
It's
yeah.
a masterpiece, is what it is. You're gonna finish it. I hope you.
Mhm.
This is the one thing I have to say. Sanderson books are tough for
Mhm.
I'm gonna say 75%. I think it's
Mhm.
probably closer to 80 or more, but let's just say three-quarters of the book are tough. They're world building, blah 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 blah. But
Mhm.
that last bit, that last 25% is going to just keep pulling you along. So I think you'll finish
And
that
see,
last bit very
that's
quickly.
what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for more of that excitement. Like right now, they have Vin with, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but something about Vin being able to learn all of the Allomancy within like 2 weeks or a short time, and they're trying to figure out if Vin is really who Vin is supposed to be. I believe that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think. See, I'm doing good. I know what I'm reading. It's just taking a really long time for me to read it and then book club books and making
Yeah.
sure I hit other numbers. So, yeah, it'll get read though. It'll be finished
I'm
probably
looking
this
forward to
month.
talking about it.
Probably this month. I've been using this month to clean up series and, well, not series, books that I've started but haven't finished. So, what about you?
Fantastic. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. What
I
about you?
had 3 on here, and I've read all of them. Now, one of them I finished last week when I was in Vegas. So, we're gonna start with that one. Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I tried this book
Mhm.
3 times,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna let you know that it was no easier this time. There's something about the book, and that is not saying I gave it 4 stars. The
Mhm.
world that Jemison built is incredible. Just incredible. I loved every part of it. But there's something about it. First of all, it's second person, which means it's like a narrator talking to you, which is very difficult to get used to.
Oh,
They
that's
don't do it in a
weird.
lot of books. So
That's
it's like
weird.
breaking the fourth wall kind of thing. So it was very difficult to kind of get in with that. It was hard to catch the narrative voice, follow along. There's 3 different distinct characters and they kind of come full circle by the end of it. Everything lays
Mhm.
the way that it's supposed to, but there's just something about the way that it was written that made it very difficult for me to get through. And
Hmm.
I kept wanting to read more, but also having little interest to keep reading because it was challenging. But with that said, 4 stars. I'm still going to finish the series. And there's so many questions I have about the world because she built
Mhm.
an incredible world that I'm like, I got to keep going. I've got both book 2 and book 3. So I am going to continue
Mhm.
on.
I actually
The other
think I
books,
have the whole file, like, in my Kindle, if I remember correctly. I think I've got the full 3 books. I'm
I
really
had
good
found
at
them.
finding those.
I found them at Books a Million in the clearance section. So I grabbed book 2 and book 3,
Ooh.
and I already owned book 1. So it
Okay.
works out.
See, I haven't been to BAM in a while. I need to get to BAM and check out that bargain section again.
No, right. So my next book I finished on another vacation this summer
Mhm.
when we were at the beach. I picked up Project Hail Mary. I've already talked about this
Mhm.
before. This is my 6-star read from this year that I loved this book. And this is you say you don't have a good relationship with sci-fi. This is sci-fi. Okay. The sci is very heavy.
Mhm.
It was
Right.
very math and science and but it was
Mhm.
so good. I loved every freaking thing about this book. I would definitely commit to reading it again because I enjoyed it so much. And now
Mhm.
the movie's supposed to be coming out, and I'm really looking forward to just seeing how that translates. I think Apple's doing it or Prime, somebody's doing it, and Ryan Gosling is going to play the main character. I think it's going to be great.
So that's probably something that I would watch and not
Yeah.
read.
Same thing as Murderbot.
Mhm.
I don't think you enjoyed Murderbot the books, but I think the Murderbot show is pretty entertaining. I didn't love it.
I started it, I turned it off.
Okay, fair.
I didn't get to finish it. I think I got, like, halfway through the episode, and I was like, "Yeah, no," and I turned it off.
All right, my last book was a book that I was so excited about when I started reading again. I told you I picked it up a long time ago. I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago, early
Mhm,
20s, and I picked it up. It was The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. Talked about his other book here. I
mhm,
liked that one a little bit better. Again, 3 out of 5 stars, pretty good for the kind of horror that Chuck writes. Is
mhm,
much more traditional, has a bit of that Stephen King kind of vibe to it, very cosmic and heavy horror there, but they're just too long. There's just something about
mhm,
the books that needs to be shaved down, and if they were a little shorter, they'd earn better ratings from me. But I'd recommend it for
mhm,
sure. It's not my favorite of the books that I've read from him. He has another long one that I'm dreading reading
mhm,
called Black Orchard something, Black
mhm,
River Orchard. So I do want to read that one as well, and it'll probably be one of those that I say is too long, but I enjoyed it. So I read
mhm.
all 3 of my books.
That's good. I got mostly my books, mostly.
We have a couple down here that I put into a separate section because
Mhm,
were like we
mhm,
both have an interest in reading from this author. We've never read from this author before. So
mhm.
we were like, let's figure out where to start. And we both I picked up All the Sinners Bleed, and I told you I was loving it. And you immediately
And I
picked it up.
immediately picked it up. Yep. I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. S.A. Cosby, he is an automatic must-buy, must-read author for me.
And I mean, that's a 5-star read for you, 4.5
Mhm,
from me, but
mhm.
you loved it so much. You went into his brand new release. We both bought it from Book of the Month
Mhm.
immediately, King of
Yes.
Ashes, and you loved
Yeah.
that one.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I really enjoyed reading it. I love the pacing of the story. I love that his books make you feel like you are like either in the book or you are watching a movie. And if you're listening to the audio as well, it's like I think he has the same guy do his narration, I believe. I don't know, but I feel like the
I think
same guy
so.
does it. And I mean, that narrator is amazing. The way that he can do, like, the female characters and the male characters, and then they also have,
Without
like,
it
that
feeling
very
awkward. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then, like, being in that I believe most of his books are based out of Virginia, so they have, like, that Southern crime kinda, so he's got, like, the accent and everything. I just love it. I love it.
I know you love those kind of TV dramas that I don't.
Mhm.
I've never liked
Yes.
TV dramas. So, like, you watched Landman, right? You love that. And
I
season
can't
two's
wait for
coming
this
out.
either.
Yeah.
I saw
I
the
think
preview
about you
today and
every
I was
time.
so excited.
And you're like, you got to watch it. I'm like, that's not me. I don't watch dramas.
Man, that's
So
so good.
King of Ashes was definitely like Black Sons of Anarchy vibes,
Mhm,
where it just kind of has that gritty Southern crime,
mhm.
drugs, this, that. I mean, it was really
It was
good,
everything.
but it wasn't my style. So I gave that one a 4, which is still a great rating
Mhm.
because Cosby's writing. I'd listen to him read or write ingredients
Yeah,
on a can. He's just very good.
yeah. He is just awesome, and I can't wait to see what else is coming from him. I know currently right now I think one of his books are actually I think it's All the Sinners Bleed. I think it's a Netflix
Yeah.
show. Okay, so I'm about to say I think one of them, and I still would like to read Razor Blade Tears. I have not read that one yet. I probably won't get to it this year, but I can definitely see myself probably reading this in like February.
It has, see, I was thinking summer. It has that hazy
Mhm.
summer feel. He's set down in the South, so you got the heat going on and everything. So I am going to pick up Razorblade Tears because everybody says of the books, that is his best. I'm going to check it out.
I am actually really excited. I'm really excited for it.
Uh, The last section we're going to talk about is going to be our 10 before the end with a little twist.
Yes, because we have to put our own twist to it. Because I'm not reading 10 books before the end of the
Yeah,
year.
Ashley ain't reading.
Sorry, no.
She might read 10 books, but that would be
Uh-huh.
the only 10 she's going to get to by the end of the year, and that's just not fair.
But you know what? If I read 10 books by the end of the year, it's not gonna be the 10 that I put on this list. That's how it
Exactly.
works for me. Mhm.
We're
But
not
this
good.
I
We're
can
mood
try
readers.
I can maybe commit to.
I
Maybe.
think everything on
Maybe.
here, I have some rough ones, to be honest.
Mhm.
Two of my
Yes, you do.
books are going to be really, but I committed to something, and I'll talk about it in a minute. I committed to
Okay.
something this year, and I'm going to follow through. I'm going to finish this
I know what
series.
it is.
So
I know what it is.
we're going to do that, but we'll take turns. So I think
Mhm.
I'll start. We already talked about it a little bit.
Mhm.
When the Moon Hatched is going to get read before the end of the year. I commit. I
December.
do want to read it. I think it's a good December book. I'll start it at the beginning.
Mhm.
If it takes me forever, it takes me forever. But who knows? I might just like end up getting hooked, like everybody says I'm going to, and then just flying through it.
I'll probably have to send you the video that someone I found on TikTok that actually explained the worlds, and once I understood how the
Yeah, you
worlds
sent it to
worked,
me.
yes, that's what made me really just like, "Okay, I'm in," because so many people said, "Well, it's slow and I don't know what's going on." That video helped me.
Okay. What do you got?
Mistborn. Yeah, we're gonna finish it
You have to.
this month. This month.
I'm so excited for you to do it. We've already tangented, so we're not going to keep going.
Mhm. I have to finish I, Medusa first. That's an arc read that I have to finish. So that's why my stuff is a little shuffled because I was doing really good. I was reading A Court of Silver and Flames, well, A Court of Silver Flames. I was reading that one, had to put it down because I was supposed to pick up something else, and then I got switched. So I'm getting a lot of pushing and shoving lately.
Yeah.
So, but I will definitely finish Mistborn, hopefully by the end of the month.
I committed to The Cosmere in a Year, which is Brandon Sanderson's universe.
Yes.
And I read Mistborn month. Then jumped into Stormlight, which is a 5-book
Mhm.
arc. Book 1. Next month, book 2.
Mhm.
Couple months later, book 3. Couple months later, I'm still waiting to get through book 4. So I have
Mhm.
2 books left. These books are not small. 13, 1,500 pages, 60
Mhm.
hours of audio. They're going to take me some time. So I picked up my copy. It's not up here. I picked up my copy of
Mhm.
Rhythm of War. I'm going to commit to starting it this week, getting through that
Mhm.
hopefully November, December, Wind and Truth, finishing out the Stormlight archives and finishing out 2 series in the Cosmere. Now there are quite a few books left. I have a whole
Mhm.
4 books in the second jump of the Mistborn because
Mhm.
there's a time jump. And then I have a couple books. There's a graphic novel thing, which I'm going to eat up when I get to that. And then there's
Mhm.
maybe a couple standalone books that I need to read. So it won't be the
You're
full
gonna do it,
Cosmere in a year. However, I think
but
reading
most of it, which is
7
really
Brandon
good.
Sanderson books in a year,
That deserves an award.
I'm
I'm gonna have to get you a plaque.
going to need some liquid IV because it's taking a lot out of me.
I bet. All right, so my next one that I will say that I would like to read before the end, I'm going to say Priory of the Orange Tree or something in that universe. I do know that the books can actually be read in any order. It is preferred for you to read them in the released order, but we all, I don't know if everybody knows, but the second book that was released was actually the prequel. So it's the
Hmm.
first book. And then the third book that was just released in September fits somewhere in there, but it's a little tiny book like that. And I'm like, well, what if I read that one? I don't know. It's going to be one of those three books, one of them,
I
hopefully
think
by the
it's
end of the year.
good to get a feel for how the author writes. Start with something small.
Yeah,
And if you
that's
really
what I
just
was
eat it up,
thinking.
there you go. You know you like it.
That's what I was thinking. Start with a little small one and see if I like it, but I know that the writing is very different. I will say for the bits of sneak peek that I had with Priory, I did enjoy it, but it was just the commitment I couldn't do at the time, or I would say
I
I
get it.
didn't want to do at the time.
I get it. These books
Mhm,
that I've got rounding on my list, so book 3 on my 10, which are my 5,
mhm,
before the end. I've already talked about the next 3, but I'm gonna start off with Tidal Creatures by Shauna Maguire. It's that last book
mhm,
in that Middle Game series. Roger and Dodger are some of my favorite characters from any series ever. I love them. I'm
mhm.
really interested to see how this series wraps up and what becomes of the world. So I do want to finish that out. I'm getting more excited the more I talk about it because I'm remembering how much I loved book
Awesome.
2 or book 1.
Mhm.
So I will
Right. I
finish
love
out
it.
Title Creatures.
All right. My next one is going to be Junie. I wanted to read this book in the summer and I didn't get to it. But this is definitely something that I am committing to finishing, well, reading this year. It's by Aaron Crosby Eckstein, and I have just heard amazing things about this book.
Emily talks about it all the time. She goes, "Did Ashley read that yet?" And I'm like, "No, not yet." And I don't know
I'm
why.
working on it.
She's not interested in it, but she knows that you're going to
Uh-huh.
like it.
I think I'm gonna try, and again, I'm just like packing it all in for November, but I feel like I want to try and sneak it in November because I feel like the audio is one of those shorter reads, something that I could probably listen to for a couple days of work and finish it.
It'll probably be good because you haven't had a historical fiction in a while. So you'll
No, and
probably
I'm like
take to it.
waiting for one. I need a historical fiction. Like, oh my goodness. I feel like I left my baby behind this year.
Well, she'll be back around, trust me.
Absolutely.
My next one is Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. As I mentioned before, book 2 in I do not remember the name of the series, but in that series. And I'm going to pick it up because I'm so interested in seeing this one. The first book was like, okay, okay. It came around at the end. So I was interested in
Hmm.
the world. I can't commit to finishing the series. If book 2 just can, if I struggle with it again and I DNF it, I won't pick up.
Hmm.
I won't finish it. I won't finish out the series, but I feel like there's something good there. I believe it's a debut. I don't believe she's written anything else. So she's learning. We're learning together as she writes what her voice is. So hoping for some
Good.
better stuff in book 2.
I hope that there is better stuff in book two for you. My next one, because we just have a nice little row here going, for some ladies that I have the honor of hanging with in a bookish space, we're actually all reading Hear My Heart for the month of November. And you know me with my romances, and I am just really excited. So I had to actually put this on here because it's a newer release, but I can't wait to read it. Like, I just can't wait to read it.
I think, as we've learned from the books that we didn't get to from years before, we really
Mhm.
need to embrace the books as they come out because that's when you're more likely to read them and enjoy them.
Yeah, because if not, it's just gonna sit and collect dust, and then you're like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot I need to read
Yep.
that," you know?
And then it's got to be the perfect time because the hype is fell away.
Yeah, to kinda, like, join in with others, while they're in that same space. I think it's great.
Speaking of the hype, this book just released and
Mhm,
I don't know what to expect. This is Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson. I
mhm,
talked about how great A Dowry of Blood is. I mean, just a phenomenal book. The most
mm,
beautifully written book I think I've read. And the second book was just throw that whole book away. I wish they would unpublish it. And then her new series, Invocation series, terrible. So I'm really
mhm,
hoping there's a book called Bloom by Delilah
mhm.
S. Dawson, which was my book of 2024, my favorite book, little novella, horror, gross. Oh, love it. I'm hoping for some Dowry of Blood meets that kind of
Okay.
vibes for it, but I just don't know what to expect. So, and I'm trying not to
Mhm.
hype it up and set expectations because I always disappoint myself. So I'm going into it blind. I really hope I like it. She needs a redemption from me.
Yeah, the last time you hyped up a book, you found that you didn't like it,
I know.
so
Me and Schwab have to have conversation. I hope to meet her at a
mhm.
library coming out soon because I'm like, what the hell was that?
I loved it. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. All right, so my last book, well, my last official book, I've already said I'm gonna read it. Oathbound, Tracy Dion. I don't know when the next book is coming out. I think she said there's 4 books total, 4 or 5. I don't remember. But I do know that the next book is coming out, and I don't know when it's coming out, but I want to read Oathbound. I would love to finish this book this year. Well, actually pick it up and read it, especially
Yeah.
since it took me 45 minutes to find the book, you know?
I I hope you read it. I want to read Legendborn. Maybe we'll find some time to maybe I'll read Legendborn and it'll inspire you when I'm talking about how much I loved it to pick it up.
Maybe so. I don't know. We'll see.
I hope so. So that rounds out all
I
of
do.
our fun stuff.
Yeah, I do have an honorable mention though,
Oh,
because
okay.
this is just something that I really want to try and read. And I know that you have this book as well. The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois.
I do have that
You're
one
like, no.
and
You're like, no, I don't want to read that before the end.
oh no, absolutely not. I'm not touching that book this year. That's it's hard to find the space that that's in. It's literary.
Mm-hmm.
It has some historical aspects because of the W.E.B. Du Bois and
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those books that just makes you feel smart when you read it.
I know, right?
I just don't know when I'm going to
I
get to
don't
it.
know.
I thought the same thing. I picked up Go Tell It on the Mountain by
Mm-hmm.
James Baldwin, and I
Yeah,
was
you
so
too.
excited. I didn't finish
Mm-hmm.
it
I
because
remember.
I wasn't in the right headspace. So I will finish that one before I go on to something heavy like that again.
Okay. Maybe it might be like a January read or something like that, but I know for certain that's just one book that I had to mention because I don't think I've ever mentioned that book on our show. But it's definitely something that is on my radar because, I mean, it's an Ashley book,
It's an Ashley book for sure.
historical fiction. And yeah, yeah, one of those books. All right.
All right. So that was that. We did pretty good. I'm looking forward to our anticipated list for 2026 coming out in a few months because we hit the nail on the head there. It's good to have some
Hmm.
goals for upcoming releases, some books that we just kind of want to put on our radar, like you got to finish these. And I was really excited to get to some of those that have been sitting on my shelf for so long. And I'm so proud that I loved all of them.
This was a very interesting experience. I'm learning what I like and what I don't like,
Yeah.
and definitely the books that I'm putting on. I was really surprised that I actually did get to them because I'm not one to really schedule out books, kind of just go with the flow. Like when you started reading Red Rising, I was like, you know what? Maybe I will pick that one up. And I picked it up like a week or so after and I was reading it. So it's like I just pick up books as I feel that I want to. I'm kind of like a free spirit when it comes to reading, I guess. It's very hard for me to say I need to read these books this month. It's very
We
difficult.
had 15 to 20 books on there for the whole year,
Mhm.
which in retrospect is about a third of your books, not that for me. And so it's not like
Mhm.
we kill ourselves coming up with the list and they can
Yeah.
be all over the place. And if they're just hopefuls, they're just anticipated books that we want to get to. So
Mhm.
I look forward to
Just
doing it.
something to kind
And
of look forward to it.
yeah,
I
exactly.
don't even know what's coming out in 2026 to put on the list. So that's going to be very interesting to see
Well,
what I look for.
we've got it in Notion, so you better start working on it.
Uh-huh.
Start the list now.
Yeah. There's like I think there's like 3 or 4 that I can actually like put that I want to read, but one of them being When the Moon Hatched Book 2.
Yes, that is
That
coming out
comes
soon.
out I think in February actually. If not January or February, one of the two.
I think it's around Emily's birthday. I think it's February.
That's one book that I know for sure is coming out, but otherwise, I don't know what's coming out next year.
We'll see. We also talked about our book club and this
Yes.
podcast that we do here, which is kind of moved from a podcast to whatever the hell this is. We talked
Fun,
about
it's fun.
yes, we talked about growing, and
Mhm.
I'm happy to say of all the things, all the wins we've had this year, our book club and our podcast have grown to new heights. And I'm so
Yes.
happy we have the audience here on YouTube. Our Instagram
Mhm.
has gotten a huge views. Our following on the book club and what are we at? Like,
Mhm.
how many members are we at now on the book club?
50 I wanna say 56.
Yeah,
It's
somewhere
either
in there.
54 or 56. It's up there.
It's
Uh-huh.
growing and we're getting a lot
Yeah.
of interaction. Our last live book talk was a lot of
Mhm.
fun.
That was so much fun.
There's some other things we had on there like a Discord. We do have a Discord, but we don't use it because nobody's really using it. Maybe that's something for the
No.
future when we get much more time, which would be great,
Mhm.
or a
Yeah.
little more bandwidth. But overall,
I would think so. At least we created the Discord. It's there. But, I feel like it's just more so something that we have kind of like in our back pocket so that when it's time to launch it and use it, we have it. But, I don't feel bad that our Discord's not going right now
no.
because everything else and the interaction, our lives, our reading, our book club, our podcast, I wish I had like a little cupcake that I can put here, but we are officially 1 year
1 year,
old. Our book club and our podcast, like Caleb, we've been doing this for 1 year.
which is insane.
Yes, it's exciting.
Last year we were running around looking up equipment and thinking we had all these things, and we're making do with what we have. We're a little
Yeah.
homegrown operation over here, but we enjoy what we do every couple weeks with you guys.
Absolutely. I think this is one thing that I definitely look forward to, after I get the busy shuffle from work and then transition, but like the sit itself, like I love when we can sit down and talk about our books and all the things that we have planned. And I just know that our listeners are really loving the stuff that we're putting out. So I'm even more excited to bring them more exciting episodes to come.
Exactly. We've had some wonderful notes from friends of ours recently
Yes.
that just really make us feel so special because you all know if you've been watching this, but if you've somehow stumbled onto this episode new, we've been friends for a very long time. Um,
Mhm.
I it is
Over 20 years.
sickeningly 25 years.
I said over 20 years. I was not
You're
going
just
to
trying to
age us.
just trying to feel young. My birthday was Friday. I am 37 years old, not young.
You're not that much older than me.
I know. You old too. I don't know what to tell you. But we've been
Clearly.
friends forever, and you know how those friendships go into adulthood. You go away, you come back, and I'm so happy that
Huh?
we found something that we both love and that we were both passionate about, and we reconnected and we made it happen. And
Yes.
thanks
This is
everybody for
so
coming along
great.
on the journey. And what is next for us? Who knows?
What's next is Ashley's recommendations for Caleb because they're better.
No, I think we didn't. You notice we didn't talk about the buddy challenge. It was starting to make me
Uh-huh.
angry because I would love the books, and Ashley would be like,
Uh-huh.
"What did you have me read?"
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
But I did get out of my shell and I read
Hmm.
new books. So thank you for introducing me to new books that I wouldn't have normally picked up, which is what's so beautiful about reading. It's because you get to find out what you like and you get to read things that you didn't know you would like. I
Yeah,
didn't think I would like Bury Our Bones, but it ended up being my 6-star read. Well, one of my 6-star reads this year. I didn't think I was going to like Sapphic Vampires. Oh,
here we
I don't
are.
like vampires, but I loved it.
This has been a great journey, and
It is.
grateful that we started it, and grateful that we're continuing on into the new year. We've got a few more episodes to round out
Mhm.
2025. Season 2 will be going on until the summer of 2026. So buckle up. We got
Yep.
plenty of episodes left.
We'll probably go until what? Last year we went to April, and I think May is when we stopped.
May.
I
We
feel like
stopped sometime mid-May, I think.
that's probably what we'll go to again because, like, I know for me, Ham is baseball. That's when baseball season picks up for us. So that's probably when we'll have to, have a break for a little bit and have some little lives in between like we did before. And I thought that was pretty cool how we still got together and did some live reading
We did.
spread.
We did some lives. We did book
Mm-hmm.
club will always continue on. I don't foresee us needing to take a break
Mm-mm.
from that. So we
No,
look
and
forward
it's
to that.
free. We have we have to remember to tell people that our book club is free.
Yes,
Who needs
absolutely.
reads? I think that's I'm not going to go on a tangent because I'm very good at going on tangents, but I get really discouraged when I see so many book clubs right now when people are asking for money and
Yeah.
subscriptions and memberships. And it's like, well, I could see if they were giving a book, but you still have to purchase a book. You
Yeah.
know, so our book club, Caleb and I have decided that our book club will remain free. The Fable app is what we have been using. I don't think we're navigating from Fable anytime soon. I have really enjoyed
Me too.
Fable, the interaction, new changes that
The new
they've made
changes
in the
really
app
made
made it
it
really cool.
accessible. Yeah, I think it's been great.
Yeah, yeah. So safe to say, guys, if you're looking for a really awesome book club that's free, come join us. Who needs reads on Fable? Shameless plug.
I love it. We will be back before the end of November, right? Actually, I think our next episode comes out on Black Friday. So we'll see what we have in store for that. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. It's been long enough. We've been talking long enough. So we're going to say goodbye and we're going to say,
Happy reading. Bye.
all right, everybody. Bye.